All right, let's talk about space and equipment. I love this conversation. This is actually one of the things that drove me to build my business the way that I did. So I'm going to talk about all the different options of ways that you can run your business and what spaces you might use, and kind of just quickly go over the pros and cons of each. There's a lot to consider here. So options basically would be to run your business out of your home, to run your business out of a commercial space, or to run your business mobile. Pros and cons of running from your home. This is I shouldn't say one of the most cost effective options. You would just utilize one of the spaces in your already existing home. You'd be able to write that off on your taxes if you're using 100% of it for your business. And so there's a lot of financial reasons that you may choose that option. Do definitely have a conversation with your CPA if that's what you choose, so that you can make sure that you're fully utilizing the benefits of it financially. The cons of running from your house would be obviously safety. Bringing strangers into your home doesn't always feel great, so I have a lot of people who have a home-based business where they take clients once they know them well and trust them, but like to come in and rent hourly from me while they're getting to know a client and vetting them to see if they want to take them to their home-based practice. Um, Other reason for me that I've always avoided working from my home is when I'm in the office, I like to go, go, go. I want it to be I'm at work, I'm working the whole time. I have about 15 minutes in between clients, so I have enough time to wrap up one and greet the next, but I'm not dilly-dallying around. I'm not having long conversations, chit-chatting between sessions. In a home-based practice, you're going to have some really firm boundaries around that, because it's a lot easier to get sucked into, oh, look at these plants, or look at, this thing that we just talked about, or, just kind of lingering a little bit more after an appointment. So I would just recommend, if you're doing a home-based practice, to think about what boundaries you would want to set for your clients, for expectations of your time in getting that set up. Let's talk about mobile. Mobile is a very appealing way to do business because, again, you don't have that overhead of a space. The cons on that would be the travel time, the setup time, the tear down time. Where in an office setting, you may be able to see 6 clients in a day. In the same amount of time doing mobile, you'd only be able to see potentially 4 clients, depending on how far apart everyone is and what your setup time is. So you just really want to be thoughtful about how you're doing your pricing in order to be able to make that make sense for you. For me personally, I didn't like doing mobile because I feel like I can see less people, help less people. I'd rather be in the office setting where I can really be utilizing my time in order to help as many people as possible. So that's kind of mobile. Again, doing supplement of mobile with some in office. I have a lot of people who will rent hourly from me in order to vet someone before seeing them in their home. Just kind of provides a safe environment for you to see those people before going into their space. Because again, there's a bit of a safety concern potentially there. As far as renting commercial space, you've got some options here as well. If you want, you can work with a commercial broker, go tour spaces, and find the ideal space for you. That would likely include some sort of a lobby, a treatment room, storage, break room, whatever your list is that you're looking for. Generally, at least in the Denver metro area, you're not going to get a space for definitely less than, around $1,000 a month if you're getting any sort of lobby and treatment space together. So the price tag just kind of goes up with that, although the control that you have over the space and the privacy of the space is the reason that you may want to choose that option. What I do is I have my spaces that I've rented with the commercial realtor, and then I fully furnish those spaces and rent hourly and shared rooms for people who just want to come in, do their work, and just pay for what they use as far as the space goes. The sacrifices there are that you're giving up control of what the space looks like, and kind of just how the space is run. But the pros are that you're taking home a lot more money. You're not paying to furnish, you're not paying to fix, you're not worrying about any of the, things that you would need to worry about as far as setting up a space. You're not worried about the Wi-Fi, paying for water, furnishing the room, all of those things. So as you're thinking about what type of space you might want, just a few things to consider. Let's talk about equipment. When you're furnishing your space, I always figure about $1,000 per room for any space that I'm renting in and getting ready for renters. I don't figure tables into that cost because I do electric tables, and an electric table is generally about $2,000 if it's bought new. If you're lucky enough to find a used one, you may be able to still get like $1,000 for an electric table. But as far as the furnishings, the whatever you're going to play music on, hot towel warmer, table warmers, decor, chair and setup for the clients, and all of the rug, all of the things that go into a room, generally somewhere between $700 and $1,000 is a good ballpark. Then if you've got your lobby, you're also going to want to consider any furniture and things that you would want to have for the decor in that area. Last question here is the ambiance of the space. This is probably the most important question for you to ask yourself. Are you looking for a spa type setting, or do you want more of like a medical feel? Are you comfortable going to other people's homes and working in whatever space they have for you, or does it matter to you what the space feels like that you're in? If you're doing mobile, you really have no control over that. It's just going to be, I've literally worked in someone's walk-in closet before because that's the space they had for me. So just kind of considering, do you work best in certain situations? Do you like to know the space that you're in? If you're home, how do you feel about having that space within your home? Really, spend some time thinking about those things, and good luck.